In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your headlights on this Ford F-450, and we are actually upgrading to these performance black housing headlights. Let's get started. To adjust these headlights, just as a side note before we install them, you can see on the back side of the headlight there's this screw or the stud that comes out of the headlight, and it takes an E5, that's an inverted Torx socket. You can put it on with a long extension after you install it and turn it clockwise or counterclockwise to aim the beam up or down. There are 4 8mm bolts holding this headlight on, 1 on the top and 2 on the side, and then it has 2 little metal push clips here on the side that we'll have to pry out afterwards. So let's start at the top. Doesn't really matter where you start. Underneath the headlight, right by the fender, there's supposed to be another 8mm bolt that looks the same as the other ones. Ours is missing, but if yours is there, take that out as well. At this point, you can take the headlight and pull it straight out. You may or may not need a trim tool for these clips over here. Usually, you can just pry it out, and there it is. At this point, you'd want to flip it over, and we're going to unplug the bulbs. Press on the tab and wiggle the connector off. A lot of times these tabs break, so try to be gentle. There we go. Sometimes you may or may not need pliers, but if you do, just be very gentle. If you flip it over completely, right in here in this divot, you'll see another bulb. Try to unplug that one. If you can't unplug it, what you can do is just twist it counterclockwise, and that will pull the whole bulb out. And let's remove the main headlight bulb connector. There we go. And at this point, your headlight is removed. New headlights actually come with a new marker light and socket, and actually all the bulbs. So we have to remove this socket from this connector, unless you want to reuse it. But it's a good idea to replace them at this point. So just press on that tab, pull this out, and set it aside. And now we have all the connectors ready to mount on the new headlight. Let's start with the main headlight bulb. Make sure that clicks. Reconnect the marker light bulb. And the turn signal / parking light. Make sure that clicks also. Line up the headlight. Make sure you click it into the tabs on the fender. I'm going to start with this top one. It really doesn't matter which one you start with. For me, it lines up, but I'm not going to fully tighten it yet. I just want to start it so it's secured, and then I'll put the other ones in and then tighten them all at the end. All right, my lower bolt is actually missing. I cannot put it back, so if yours is there, put it back at this point. But I'm just going to continue tightening these. Make sure they're all snug. And once again, the bottom one should also be tightened at this point, so 4 bolts in total.
Now we're going to get the vehicle ready to aim the headlights. Start with the tire pressure, making sure all 4 tires are set at the appropriate pressure. Remove any excessive weight that's not normally in the vehicle. Find a wall that you can drive up to where the ground is level. Measure 25 feet away from that wall and mark the ground. Drive your vehicle up to that mark. With the headlights off, look for the center dot in the headlight lens. Measure from the ground to that center dot. You can use a ruler to help you out. Transferring that measurement to the wall, making a mark with some tape. On the driver's side, measure down 4 inches, putting another piece of tape. For the passenger side, you only need to measure down 2 inches. Now turning the headlights on, it is easier to do this at night or in a dark area. Locating your headlight adjuster and using a Phillips head screwdriver, turn your adjuster one way or another to bring the headlight up or down. Once the headlight is adjusted to the tape mark on the wall, move on to the next headlight. If you're confused because the beams seem to blend together, you can always have someone stand in front of the other headlight while you make your adjustments for that one. Now your headlights are aligned and you're all set to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.